You're listening to the TechNet Show, your weekly dose of the latest tech stories, analysis, interviews, and opportunities in the world of tech. If you're a techie or an enthusiast looking to stay up to date, this is the show for you. Be a part of the conversation and stay connected to our tech community on Telegram at TechNet Show. In this week's episode, the Nerd talks about tapping into the booming e-commerce industry, what you should know before starting an e-commerce business. The e-commerce business has been booming for the last decade. A lot has been going on and it's a thriving niche at the moment, and a lot of people want to venture into e-commerce business, but not everyone has been successful in it. So today we are going to be giving you tips on what you need to know and how to ensure that you are successful in your e-commerce business. Hello and welcome to the TechNet Show this week. I'm so excited to have you join us once more. Hello, Samuel. How are you doing?
Hi, Vicky. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good, and excited about today's topic. So let's get started. Before starting an e-commerce business, it's important you understand the different types of e-commerce model that exist. So we have 6 types of e-commerce business model. And the first one is the B2B. That's business to business. And business to business is just you selling to other businesses. You're not selling directly to the end user, to the consumer of a product. You're selling to other businesses, and those businesses are the ones that are selling directly to the consumer. Now, for B2B, it's usually a bit expensive. If you choose this type of e-commerce model, you may want to have investors on board if you don't have the adequate finance to start that. And the next one is the B2C e-commerce, which is a business to consumer. In this model, you are selling directly to the consumer, to the final user. If you sell shoes, you are selling those shoes directly to the final user. Some of you may take the other model that we have.
We also have what we call the C2C.
Yeah.
So C2C is when you as a customer, you actually into another customer itself. So this will actually happen in most crypto exchanges and digital platforms, and where you exchange your data assets to another. So that's actually what they use. Most of them use a C2C. So we also have the C2B. That's the consumer to business model. This one is actually still onboarding. When you as a consumer, you sell to businesses. You're not a business. You're actually running as a business. Okay, for instance, you have particular good or particular thing you're actually producing, or something that you got and you don't want to use again, and you can actually sell it to businesses. So that's where the C2B comes into play. And this will actually happen also when, for instance, what you bought, and maybe a company is out there getting goods from customers, and maybe you bought this particular good for a longer time. Okay, let me put it this way. Those that are buying all these old model cars and the rest to refurbish or to keep as a distance, to keep in a museum and the rest. So you can actually sell to the business. You're not actually a business. You're not operating a business yourself, but you're actually selling to the business. That's the C2B.
Let me add an example to the C2B. For instance, you can put affiliate marketing in this category as well, and also freelance sites.
Okay.
Yeah, freelance sites that provide services to businesses. So you are a consumer, right? You have a blog or something, You want to monetize it like that. So you're serving businesses. You're a consumer, but you're serving a business. So I think that's another good example for a C2B.
Let's go now to the next one. We have the B2G, or we have the B2A. You're a business, maybe this is actually agencies or maybe companies that actually run a consultancy services to government agencies. So by business, you're supplying to the government or you're selling to the government. Most agricultural agro companies fall into this area because most of these agro companies, they sell to government. For instance, you're running, let me say, a research institute that actually research or trying to crossbreed different cultivars of plant and the rest. So after getting this, you are selling to government agencies, which are mostly agricultural agencies or ministries that deals with agriculture. And there's also consumers to government. business.
Okay, so that's it for the types of e-commerce business models. So we want to look at the different revenue models that exist. Having decided on what type of e-commerce business you want to do, another thing to consider moving on is the revenue model. So what revenue model are you going to choose? So we have a few of them that are very popular in the e-commerce space, and top on the list is drop shipping. A lot of Nigerians they are into drop shipping. They order from abroad, from AliExpress and the likes, and then they sell these products to the end users. Okay, so this one is very easy to start. You don't need any big amount of money to set up a drop shipping business. So if you want to start selling gadgets, want to sell electronics, drop shipping is the first thing that comes to mind. Then another one is wholesaling and warehousing. This is actually more expensive to set up. All right, so Samuel, you want to elaborate on how this system work?
Just like Victoria said, this model will actually demand, this is actually always capital intensive. So what happens is that when you use, for instance, you actually have a big warehouse that have tens of thousands of goods, and you register with an e-commerce platform like Jumia or Konga, and you post your goods there. So what happens is that whenever a customer demands or make an order for the goods, the e-commerce platform will send you the order. You will want to package your order and send it via the logistics service or logistic company to the
end
customer.
user.
So that's how it works.
And
the end user, yeah. So your own is you don't have any physical shop. It's just a warehouse where all those goods actually being stored. So whenever a customer make an order online, the e-commerce platform will process the order, send you the order, you package your goods, send via the logistics service, which is normally owned by the e-commerce platform to the customer. So that's how warehousing works. So it's actually also close to wholesaling too. So wholesaling, yeah, it's just like all your goods actually in bulk.
In bulk, yeah, exactly.
So
you sell in bulk.
Yeah, in this bulk, you may not really need to have any shop anywhere. It's just the warehouse alone, of which you are actually not selling to anyone physically. It's just virtual. And another business model, the private labeling and manufacture. Okay, this is how it works. I come up with a design in my head. Maybe, for instance, let me use a phone pouch. For example, I come up with a prototype or a design of a phone pouch. I now know a company in Aba or in China that actually can produce this. And I'll send the design to them, asking them to produce so and so for me. So when they produce, I can tell them to produce 1,000 units. I'm going to produce 1,000 units. And then when customers ask for this, and then I have the prototype, I have the design, I'll post it online, maybe in my e-commerce platform. So now when a customer places an order for this, and then I'll send the order directly to the company, which they will send it down to the customer. Most times I can actually link this from the company to warehouse. The company, after producing this, the company will send down to the warehouse. From the warehouse, I can now supply to the consumer. So that's how the private labeling works. So you are the one that own the prototype. I think some businesses in Nigeria started in similar fashion. In most of these phone accessories, that's how they work.
Okay, and the next one is actually similar in fashion, white labeling. But the only difference is that white labeling, you are reselling or you're packaging a product that someone have already sent to the market, it's successful, and you want to market it to other people, you want to sell it. For instance, I know a lady who, she sells mobile apps. She's not the one that created the mobile apps, but these mobile apps have a white labeling option. And then so you should just decide, okay, is there need for a tweak in this app? Is there a need for this? If there's no need, fine. You design your package and label, and then you start marketing it. There was this platform that is very popular, forgotten, where Nigerians actually sell a lot of these digital products and earn a lot of money in dollars, and is white labeling. So I think that's how white labeling works. You can have your own store, and then people come there to order, but these products, you are not the originator, so to say. But the thing is, before selling this product, the problem with it is that if people have not placed order and you've already bought how many of these products, and you did not get any order, you are at loss. All right. So this flourish based on demand, how much people are demanding for this product. So you have to like do an advert, ensure that there are a lot of people who are interested in what you want to sell before ordering this product to resell to them. All right. So moving forward, we can talk about the subscription model. And subscription model, we are all familiar with it, like Netflix is a subscription model type of business where this is the service you are rendering, but people have to subscribe in order to enjoy these services. And that also involves any other product as well. So it's as simple as that. And it's
It's like that one is actually simple and self-explanatory.
There are a lot of others that you can check for yourself and choose and determine which one is right for you, which one do you think it will be easy to start with without breaking the bank, of course. Now let's dive into what you should know before starting an e-commerce business. You want to start an e-commerce business, what is the first thing you should start with? Top on our list, as you would know by now, you need to do research. Like you need to find out what is that need you want to meet. You can't just venture into a business or just want to start a business because everybody is doing it. You want to like do a thorough research on what is that need in your society, what's that need in your locality, what's that need around you that you feel you would want to meet. Someone, would you want to throw light on that?
Okay, I think it's the meeting need is actually one of the most important factors or most important thing to consider before you venture into e-commerce business, because imagine selling to an audience that are actually not buying or trying to market in business to maybe your audience or people around you do not actually patronize a particular maybe goods or services and the rest, and you are the one pushing the business. It will not work, and you only end up failing. That is why a lot of businesses, a lot of e-commerce businesses have started maybe after this. A lot of current businesses it will fold up after a few months, few weeks, and the rest, because the owners or the founder did not do their due diligence in making research to know, are we meeting the need of the people, or is this actually this product, is it needed in this particular area also, or maybe is my audience are interested in social product and the rest. So it's not just going to it investing money. You have to understand that your business must meet a need.
That's right. Your business must meet a need. And another tip we want to like share in line with that is when selecting, when doing your research and picking, okay, this is the need I want to meet. Now, don't start by spreading your net so wide, so to say, like, okay, you want to sell shoe and then you also want to sell clothing. Like the best thing to do is start with a particular product, and then moving forward, you establish that audience. You can now start adding complementary products to it. If you just want to start big, like, okay, you want to start selling everything that is on Jumia in your own e-commerce business, I think you're spreading your wings too thin, and that's going to backfire. Yeah, that's going to backfire. So be specific on the product you want to start selling. Then the next research you can also conduct is your target market. Who are your target audience? Now, e-commerce is a very competitive industry. So you don't want to like drag audience with a lot of big names, right? That's why you have to narrow down, do your research properly on target audience.
Going to business that your competitors actually they have like a larger chunk of the market share.
Exactly.
So you have a very big fight to fight.
It's like going to drag customers with Apple. That's going to be an elephant fighting with an ant. So it's going to be terrible. Do your market research. Who are the target audience? If you're selling shoes, you want to start, or you have, it's easy for those who already have an existing brick and mortar business, right? You already have a physical shop. So it's easy to like be able to transition to an online shop. So, but if you don't have a physical shop, it's best you actually be specific and do your audience research so that you can know what to sell to them and know who you are selling to. What is their behavior? Are they actively on social media? What's their buying behavior like? So you need to do your consumer research. Would they want to buy so and so type of product that you want to put out? These are some of the questions you can ask yourself while searching for target audience. So you don't just sell. What's their buying capability? What is their income? Where are they located? If you're in Abuja and you want to sell shoes and your target audience, they are in Lagos or they are in Port Harcourt, for the type of product you want to sell. How do you reach those guys that are not in your location? These are some questions you need to ask. You need to start thinking, okay, let me start with the target audience in Abuja. These guys will like the type of product that I want to put out. So I'm going to be targeting those ladies and guys in Abuja. So that's that for finding your target audience.
Yeah, in addition to that, you actually explained the target market in terms of physically.
Yeah.
I think target market can be online, can be virtual.
Yes.
For instance, maybe you have a circle of, that people within your network or people within the particular area can actually get so much. Because of how things actually grown up to be in terms of development in technology and the way business actually develop these days, you can actually sell a particular product that's not needed. Maybe you have a warehouse or you have a base in, for instance, Lagos, and you're still selling in Abuja because of logistics and the rest. And if you want to take that into consideration, you should know that logistics will be a big deal for you. So your target market is not necessarily offline. They're actually, anyway, you know that, okay, I can actually segment a lot of people. Maybe I'm doing Facebook marketing. I'm actually using Facebook marketing to get to my target audience. You should understand, okay, are these people conversant with online delivery and the rest? Because, a lot of people, like right now, some people actually, anything online, they won't actually prefer. They like going to the shop, getting their goods and, coming back to their place and the rest. So, but because most times when we're actually looking at selling online, or maybe selling, we are in this location A, you're selling at location B. Personally, most of my stuff, I got them online. My laptop, my phone and the rest, I got them online because I'm actually conversant. It's actually okay with me. But I have friends that they don't buy online. They go to the shop that they need, get their stuff online. So if you are selling for people, you're trying to segment your own target audience or your target market. You understand, okay, if people around my locality are not actually into these products, can they extend to somewhere else? Are they okay with getting their goods after 2 to 3 days? Because most times in Nigeria, you cannot get it. Maybe you want to get something in Lagos. I'm not sure you can. If you order it now, you get it today. It will be tomorrow or the next.
That's a fantastic balance you just added. Now, moving forward, we're going to talk about doing your competitor research. Now you've known your target audience, you know their demography, you know their buying preferences, you know where they're located, both online and offline. Now it's important you know your competitors. If you are selling shoe for ladies, you need to know the businesses that are also into selling of ladies' shoes. How are they doing it? What is their marketing like? What's their profit like? What's their fan base like? You do your competitor research, find out those who are in the same business and you share the same or similar target audience. Like what you hear so far, make sure not to miss any of our episodes by subscribing to us now and joining our community on Telegram at t.me/technoshow. Now, back to the show. Now, your competitor is not someone that, okay, is selling male shoes. You are targeting female. Somebody that is selling male shoe is not really a direct competitor. You don't have the same target audience. So your competitor will be someone who is also selling ladies' shoes and maybe is targeting people in Lagos and Abuja. And you want to also target people in Lagos and Abuja. These are your competitors. Now, I'm mentioning location because if you want to run paid ad, you're going to have to select a geographic location. Yes. So it's important you know that, okay, you are staying in Abuja and your business is for ladies and is online and you're definitely targeting working class ladies in Abuja. So run a competitor research, try to find out what they are doing right and what they are not doing right. Find out their strengths and weaknesses. Now, this will help you to position your business better when you start out because people who do not do proper research on their competitors end up launching and then, you launch poorly and it becomes a problem. You're not making profit as much as you should because you don't even understand the market. You're coming to compete with existing forces that are already doing a big deal. So it's important to do that research, know weaknesses, and then be able to complement, bring in that unique selling point, bring in that thing that your competitors are not doing so well at, bringing on board something different that will make other customers locate you and start following you. So, Samuel, do you have any point to add to that?
Okay, in addition to what you just said, it's not just about knowing why knowing your competitors actually help is you know how to streamline your unique selling point. Is my price better than my competitors? Is my delivery faster? Am I getting the best, customer relationship over there? So you need to sit down and outline how you can edge over your competitors in the market. That's only if you know the competitors. Imagine you don't know. If you cannot fight against what you don't know, you can also list their own unique points. It's not just knowing the competitors. You should know everything about them. At least estimate their market share, estimate their unique selling point. From there, you can streamline your own unique selling point so that you can actually have better market share or try to break even in the market.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, having done that, the next thing you should be strategizing on is your marketing. Now, how do you plan to market your business? You've known your target market, you've known why you are in the business, you've known the types of products you want to sell, and then you've also understood your competitors and what you can do differently. The next thing you can work on, or you should work on, is your marketing strategies. Marketing goes a long way to determine the success of any business. So if your marketing strategy is not on point, you risk losing customers, you risk wasting investments, and you risk not doing well at all. So what are some of the strategies you can use? Now, is a digital world quite all right? So most of the marketing are done digitally, but that does not take out you also trying to bring in some form of traditional marketing strategies into it, like printing of flyers, word of mouth, or running adverts on maybe radio or TV if you have the money to do so. But we are going to talk about digital marketing, as it were, because that is very key in pushing forward an e-commerce business. So you're going to strategize on content. Content is big. Content marketing is huge in promoting products as well. And involving content marketing goes a long way to promote your business. And that entails you having a website. We are going to talk about getting a website later on, but let's focus on marketing strategy. So your SEO marketing was SEO, search engine optimization. That's using specific keywords in your niche that will enable your business to be found online. Once people type a specific search query or term, they are able to see your business pop up on that Google search results page. Now, we're going to talk about branding. Samuel, would you like to talk a bit about the branding?
And for the branding, I think for you to stand out as a business or as a maybe you just started your business newly, branding will actually help to differentiate you from other businesses in the market. For instance, let me look at the big players in the market. For instance, we all know what Apple is for. We all know when you talk about Apple, they have your own strong perception of Apple. Apple is this, Apple is that. So if you look at Redmi phones, and all of them have their different perception of the customer's perception because of how they streamline their own branding to be. So if you're looking at branding, you need to know how to identify your business and make it stand out from the other ones. Let's just come back to Nigerian market. Let's look at phone accessories. If you're talking about phone accessories in Nigeria, the first people that you mentioned would be Oraimo, because Oraimo has actually created this image of their product is long lasting. It's not just making after branding, you are not actually producing, or you're not meeting. Let me say you're not meeting what you said you want to do.
Yeah,
for
living
instance,
up to their promise.
Say, okay, you're not living up to expectation, or you're not living up to your words or your standard you're trying to set up. Let your customers know that, okay, for so kind of so product, this is what this person stands for. This is what this person stands for.
All right. So branding also involves visual identity. Someone have touched the part of your messaging, your core message, and overall image and perception. Now, for you to build that perception, you must have defined your core values as a business. That will help you to determine what you want audience to perceive you as. Okay. Now, you have to talk about the visual identity of your business, which involve now what's going to be your logo, what colors do you want to associate your business with. That's where all these things come into play. Every business should have a logo. People should be able to differentiate your business from another's. You can't just give yourself a name and then there's nothing else to identify your business with. So you must create an identity for your business. Now, the next thing that we will talk about if you want to build an e-commerce business is getting a website for your business. Very important. If you've been doing just casual social media advertisement, like you're sharing your products on WhatsApp, on Facebook to your friends and families, if you want to really go big, I think it's important that you should have a website. And website, people have made it so easy. Some businesses have made it so easy for anyone to get a website without really spending too much. Okay, So you can set up a website using WordPress, or you can make use of Shopify to set up your e-commerce website. Wix is also another website builder that helps startups or any business at all to create a simple and modern website. There's GoDaddy, there's WooCommerce, there's Weebly, and the likes. There are plenty sites, website builders online that you can actually check out and then be able to set up your business as fast as possible. Now, before setting up a website, we would advise, if you're in Nigeria, you should register your business name. Very important. Register your business name. Then you can go ahead, search for a domain name online. If it's available, perfect. Pay for it. Then get your website set up. You can do it yourself. If you are tech savvy, it's something that you just edit. But if you're not, you can just get professional help from web designers, and then they'll get it done for you at a little amount of money, I presume. So I think that's that for getting a website set up for your e-commerce business. Someone, do you want to add to that?
I've actually said everything about the website. I think we should move into the next.
What I would like to add to the website then is ensure that you have a tracking order setup, because for every e-commerce business, people would always want to track their orders. So you need to have that set up on your site. You need to have
I think in terms of setting up the website, that's actually it's actually one of the integral part of it.
Yeah.
So, integrating payment and the rest. So
yes,
it's
integrating payments. Yes, I think some people may miss that point. That's why I have to state it again, just so you know what to look out for because web designers can be funny sometimes. If you did not meet a good one, they can just give you something and you won't know what to look out for in your website. So just be on the lookout for that. Now, I think the last point we would be talking about should be about your delivery. That has to do with logistics.
Yeah.
So
shipping management and logistics.
And logistics. So now most e-commerce businesses, you can't do without logistics. You need people to deliver these products when people order for it. So you are going to have to liaise with some of these logistics companies and come up with how you're going to run the whole process. Samuel, any light on that?
The logistics and shipping management, I think it starts right from when you're getting your product. If you are importing a product, you need to get a reliable shipping company, no matter the cost. Sometimes you actually face with the choice of low cost and higher or longer delivery period, and high cost and shorter delivery period. I think anyone your customer actually prefer. If your customers are the ones that actually prefer your goods to be readily available, of which I know most customers or most buyers want the goods to be really available. You just make sure no matter what you do, try to make sure the goods are actually always available. Use a reliable shipping company. If you're shipping outside the country, use a reliable shipping company. And then coming down to home delivery or domestic delivery, I think the best way to approach this, because a lot of people who actually are into e-commerce business, not a large scale, small scale e-commerce, small and medium scale e-commerce business. They have people that are, they're just selling all around. Maybe they're selling in different states and the rest. The best thing for you to do in this aspect is partner with a logistic company.
Yeah.
And the logistic company should be big enough to cover all the states that are actually your target market or your target audience.
Yeah.
So, because you may actually want to get a goods to a customer, maybe a particular goods to a customer at a particular time, or maybe the person said, I need this thing to be with me latest end of tomorrow or something like that. If you have a reliable, or maybe you're partner with a logistic company, you can tell them, okay, this is make sure this thing gets to the person latest today. They will ensure that, okay, do add your order to maybe something like emergency order, and make sure that it gets to the person before the end of the day. So have a reliable partner, reliable logistic partner, and make sure no matter what, if a customer or if a logistic company are finding their own path, you have to be the one. You have to be the one to, okay, sorry, you were to get this so product by so date, and the logistic company will try to make a refund or add a bonus to the person in order to make up for the disappointment and the rest. So that is. And secondly, try as much as possible to document or automate your delivery.
Exactly, very important.
Sort of tens and hundreds of delivery a day.
Some contribution, yeah. So one last thing I might want to add to this entire thing is you have to have a marketing team, because it's not easy to run an e-commerce business all by yourself. A lot of people do it, but I think it's also important. It will ease the process and increase your productivity if you work with a marketing team, if you have a group of people that you know. But if you can afford it, you can actually start alone. But while you progress, it's important you get a marketing team team to help you out with all other process in running an e-commerce business. It's not pretty easy to do it all by yourself. It's a huge business, it's a huge industry, and you don't want to get burned out with all that it demands for you to run it successfully. So I think these are some of the things you should know if you want to start an e-commerce business.
Another area we need to look at would be how to manage returns. How to manage
Exactly.
your
I thought you mentioned that while explaining the last point. Okay, it's a big issue. You didn't elaborate.
It's a big issue.
Yeah.
We're actually facing a spike in inflation. We have inflation actually getting very
globally.
Globally, and in Nigeria, it's actually a very big deal. So, for instance, let's take for instance, you are starting. Let's be practical. You are starting with let's say 100,000 to get goods. Maybe 100,000 could get you 1,000 units of the product, and your profit was like 20% profit in the whole issue after subtracting the logistics, subtracting the shipping fee and the rest. Your profit is 20%. Because you need to put into consideration the fact that we are actually in a turbulent period. You may go back to the market and the goods that you got 1,000 units for 100,000 naira, you may end up getting 1,000 units for 150,000 naira. So whenever you're actually making profit, you should endeavor to reinvest the profits into the business. It's not just maybe and do understand what actually matters. I know there are a lot of issues a lot of areas that will demand a financial commitment. Like you said, the website, the team, and also the time you do demand your financial commitment. You should actually understand that the most important part of everything is the product. If you have the product ready and you have it in good shape, good condition, and the rest, or maybe the best product ever up there in maybe any niche that you may choose to work on. So try as much as possible to always reinvest your returns into the business. It will help you to grow. Without reinvesting, no matter how much you think you have grown, no matter how big you think you are, you're actually not growing enough. Okay, let me talk about the price profit too. I said, the pricing, it shouldn't be too high. You understand what your audience needs. It should be something that's actually affordable.
Yeah, I think that pricing strategy thing, you would have to check what your competitors are, what their pricing strategy is to determine what yours should be. If you are coming new into the market, it will be best if you can make yours a bit cheaper than your competitors, so that way customers can actually rush to you. Then when you are stabilized, you can then re-strategize your pricing strategy. That will work fine. Okay.
In terms of these prices, no one side doesn't fit all. There are times that I know people that say, okay, that if you, no matter how high your price is, but if you give premium services, people will add to buy from you, or premium services or premium goods, especially if you are dealing with goods.
Yes.
And it's actually what is attainable to make sure your price is actually lower.
And for one last thing to add, for those who are not even into goods and physical goods, and it's just digital products, I think you guys are also on a safer side. For those who have physical products to sell, you also have to consider something like having a warehouse. That's something you have to determine. Do you need a warehouse or do you not need one to start with? But most importantly, if you're going to be shipping a lot, if you're going to be delivering to different regions or different locations a lot, you might need a warehouse to store your products instead of just having everything stored in your house. But like I said, if you're just starting out and you cannot afford some of this luxury to start with, you can start right where you are, start small, and then grow bigger as you go. Okay, I think we've covered some of the major things that you need to know when starting an e-commerce business. And this time, it's a booming industry actually, and it will continue to increase and expand because most people shop online, and this trend is going to continue in years to come. If you've gained value from this week's episode, don't forget to drop us a message. We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear you ask questions. We want to hear you say something about each of the episodes so far. And if you've missed our previous episode, don't forget to go back. The link is always in the description, and you can always catch up on previous episode. Finally, Samuel, do you have any remarks?
Conclusion of the whole matter is, for you to start an e-commerce business, I normally use this forward: plan, start small, innovate, and grow.
Thanks for being a part of today's conversation on The TechNats Show. Do follow us on social media at The TechNats Show. Join our growing tech community on Telegram at TechNats Show so you'll never miss any updates. If you find our content valuable, would love you to drop us comments or likes, or you could share it with your friends too. Catch you next week.